Go! Alright, go ahead and introduce our teams for us, please.
Alright, so on the left side, we've got Clairvoyant Gaming Descent again on Diablo. Feel Good as Tassadar. Descent's going to be going on, it looks like a top lane. Tassadar, Feel Good is going to be going on into the middle. And then we have Notorious DIG, Suki, and Haku going to be going down into the bottom lane. Now, that's a very interesting choice because Sergeant Hammer and Gazlowe, well, more so with Sergeant Hammer, is not incredibly too mobile. So putting them in the bottom lane, while it's a strong choice in terms of, you know, vulnerability, makes it a little bit harder for him to get to tributes.
And then on SMG, we have Soldier on Kerrigan, Mad Timmy on that Rhaegar Dreadnought on Barbarian, Arthlon on the Demon Hunter, and on Tychus we have Koa. I can never say his name right.
KO, just KO.
KO.
Like knockout.
Now this is a bit different from the last game we saw of Clairvoyant. They ran the Tassadar Uther bottom lane with the hammer. You know, make sure that never died. Mixing it up this time, putting the Gazlowe in the bottom, just trying to, you know, experiment again. We forgot to say it before going into this game. This is an alpha, everybody. It's still very early, and I think we've been playing for 6 months now? Yeah. Something like that, so the meta is still constantly changing. There are patches all the time that just completely throw everything out the window, and those could be buggy, so just be prepared for anything alpha to happen.
Now, let's talk about the team engagements that are already coming up before level 10. Pretty much
already getting knights. Cool.
Yeah, they are. Wow. Well, I mean, that is one of the greatest things that you can do with Barbarians at level 3 or so. You can get them very easily. But I really like this Healing Cord pick coming out here from Mad Timmy in order to get those knights very, very quickly at level 2.
That's a really quick knights. Nice job there from SMG. You know, it won't... I don't think it'll accomplish too much. You know, this early the knights can kind of just die. It can maybe absorb some ammo. We'll have to see how it does, but it's cool to see them pull off something like that.
Well, keep in mind that the tribute will be spawning within the next 30 to 40 seconds. Yes. So these knights are actually going to do a lot of work as soon as the tribute does come out. That's actually going to cause a very large amount of pressure on Clairvoyant Gaming's middle lane.
If the tribute spawns before the knights die, then it's basically a free tribute for us.
Right. Or, I mean, they could also run into the issues that, you know, they just take a whole bunch of hurt on the towers. Now, there is a little bit of engagement at bottom, and Sergeant Hammer has been taken out. My game's just lagging a little bit here, so I'm at 232. I don't know about you.
I'm at 242. You gotta speed up, my friend.
Alrighty.
Now, desync is real with this one. Arthlon just pushing the lane right now. The Kerrigan Barbarian Roam squad is so scary. Anytime you had any bruiser like an Arthas, a Barbarian, or even a Diablo mixed with a Kerrigan, oh, things don't get away. If you're out of position just for a second, you will die.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the middle lane already. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about with those early knights. There's only just one little hit left on that tower, and the gate and other tower are completely gone. Now, the tribute is spawning. Arthlon's already ready and trying to get it, and it looks like Clairvoyant Gaming is just saying, you know what? You guys can have this one. We're just going to clean up our lanes and try and get even in levels and maybe take a little bit of an advantage. Both teams are at level 5 right now.
You see that knights have been taken by Clairvoyant. Suki getting pretty low there. Has to be careful. Kerrigan and Barbarian are right around the corner. All it takes is just a second to get that pick on Gazlowe. He has to be so careful. And it looks like Mad Timmy and Soldier are going to steal the Giants from Clairvoyant on their side of the map.
Yeah, they are making the moves over there to do that. They did grab the watchtower, so that is a little bit of a telltale sign that they'll be doing this type of aggression. Is Clairvoyant Gaming going to be able to get the engage in? Now, it looks like Diablo's going to go in on Dreadnought, but Dreadnought is doing so much damage, as well as KO coming in here as Tychus, and with the overkill is just doing so much damage. Descent barely being body blocked by Suki, but it looks like he is going to be able to get out, but Soldier is staying very, very close. Is he going to be able to get the kill? I don't know. Actually, he's going to get immediately overpowered, and the TNT is going to go down, but Diablo does go down as well. Symbiote Gaming is so incredibly weak right now, but they are gonna get away without losing a single team member.
Oh, nope, it looks like Dreadnought will fall. Oh no, he lived! Oh my gosh! That was a 6 storm from Feelgood, though. Does end up getting the kill on Barbarian. Mad Timmy is solo. He's... Oh wow, what life did he live with? 58 HP. Mad Timmy's just barely gonna get out of there. Haku beating on Soldier. Will Soldier make it behind the wall? Tries to go for the stun, and the shield does keep him alive. Soldier's going back right now. Staying alive.
You've got to be kidding me. I thought they were going to be able to get out of that, but it's a 1... I mean, right now, Symbiote Gaming is up 3 kills to 1, and they have a level 8 to level 7 advantage. Another tribute coming in right now.
At the same time, though, look what Arthlon did bottom lane.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. With those Siege Giants, an incredibly well-timed push, pretty much splitting up the forces of Clairvoyant Gaming so that they really couldn't be everywhere at once. They did as good of a job as they possibly could. And it looks like they're going to be giving up another tribute, which is a very actually wise decision at this point. A lot of things we'd be seeing in the solo queue is that, you know, everybody just kind of suicides into tributes all the time. But Symbiote Gaming and Clairvoyant, they're very smart. They know exactly what they need to fight for. And the third tribute is the one you really need to make sure you're going to be ready for.
Here we go, big engagement bottom lane. Will they be able to get the kill onto Notorious Stick? Soldier comes up from the back. He will get missed the pull. The stun does not hit Notorious Stick. He is falling back way too far. Arthlon taking a few shots from this tower. He will live, but they weren't able to secure that kill. There's 4 people bottom lane versus
You know,
2.
keep in mind, that was 4 people bottom lane, and Mad Timmy was there. So they had a Rhaegar healing the entire time. Suki was throwing up turrets the whole entire time. And did you see how much little health they each had leaving? That was a 2v4. Granted, there was also a fort there, but that's the kind of thing I'm talking about with Gazlo. You don't want to engage on him.
And the turrets do so much damage. Here comes a fully charged laser hitting Dreadnought, but he is Barbarian, not going to do that much damage. The fort will fall. Level 10 has been reached for SMG. Level 9 still for Clairvoyant. They have to be very careful. The tribute is spawned top lane. It is Diablo versus Tychus right now. Keep in mind the heroics, they are so important for this next fight. And this tribute's cursed for SMG.
Yeah, this is going to be a curse on Clairvoyant. They are just barely getting 10 now as the curse hits them, but there was nothing they could really do against that.
Hammer is siege up here in the mid. You know, Hammer, Gazlo, they're both really good at holding off against these curse pushes, but even then, all 5 members of SMG are alive, and it looks like we're just going to push top lane.
And that's a very decision.
Go ahead, Kevin, and explain what the curse does to the enemy team, for those new reviewers.
So, Curse used to take everything down to half health and make all of your creeps 1 health, but now all it does is it reduces all of your creeps' health down to 1 HP, as well as your forts and towers no longer shoot. So it's very, very easy for teams to push and make a lot of experience and headway in terms of objectives in the map. And it looks like Team Symbiote Gaming is going to be staying very much so together. They're going to try and force the engagement. It looks like there is going to be engagement. Is Suki going to be able to get the wombo combo? A very nice Apocalypse does come out here from his scent. And there is a great TNT. Unfortunately, it does not catch everybody. And it looks like Symbiote Gaming is going to be able to clean up this engagement without too much of a problem. And that's the thing, you feel like you're safe. You feel like you're safe next to a fort, but when the curse is on and there's nothing firing, it's not actually as safe as you think it is.
Well, Pock hit almost everyone. The Gazlo bomb hit multiple people, and no one died on SMG. You guys are ridiculous. I cannot believe no one died.
They rotated incredibly well, and the big thing that you always want to keep in mind is that Tychus has 2 different health bars. He has his Odin as well as his own normal health bar. So KO used that immediately in the beginning of the fight. You can see it's on cooldown right now. And just basically was able to tank as much damage as possibly could. Kerrigan, also a very tanky hero, and pretty much their entire team can just take so much damage, and they don't even need a strong healer like Rhaegar. But once that healing ward goes down, you can see just how much they're going to be able to survive here. Mad Timmy in the back does get a lot of healing down. Barb does use the leap in, and Dreadnought's going to get a kill. Tassadar, Feelgood is going to go down as well. Now there is Hakfu as well as Suki heading out in the back, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of here. They don't have any escapes. KO does go in, and Mad Timmy gets the auto attack kill, and Dreadnought's just going to escape for now. Hakfu is the only one left on his team. That's got to be rough for Clairvoyant Gaming. They also have a Grave Golem coming in, so Symbiote Gaming is really doing well in these team fights, and that's exactly what they needed.
They're controlling the merc camps, they're controlling the map, they're having perfect agents. But, you know, I don't want to say this is just on, you know, Symbiote being, you know, just as good as they are. Clairvoyant, you know, I said the same thing in the game I cast with Calderon. This comp is very weird and different from the normal meta we're used to playing. I can see what they're trying to do with it. This is more like a keep Hammer alive and she kills everything late game. But that's the problem right now. Is SMG is just snowballing this game so fast. The only way I see this defend the Hammer comp, you know, for those of you who played the SC2 and Warcraft 3, defend Bob or whatever maps, you know, defend the Hammer is what they're doing. You have to make it to the late game, and SMG is just, they're everywhere. And we talked about also in the Calder game, the Hammer is so slow, it can't move around very fast. So they're abusing that fact, and they're just going from camp to camp, knowing that there's nothing Clairvoyant can do to stop it.
The mobility is definitely the limiting factor here. Not only that, but you also have a Gazlo that's going to be very limited in movement as well. However, I think they're doing well. I mean, I think they're doing the engagement that they need to. It's just, I think Symbiote Gaming is just taking perfect advantage of the of pretty much the unlimited amount of health that they have between all of their heroes and is able to engage without taking enough damage from the hammer. Now, hammer only gets way stronger as the game goes on, so it might be that they're just pretty much going for a late game comp. It looks like they are going to be able to get this tower in the mid lane, whereas Symbiote Gaming is going to be pushing with a Grave Golem, 2 Siege Giants on their top keep. Now, if they do lose this, they will be getting catapults spawning in the top lane, which is going to put on a lot of pressure for Clairvoyant Gaming. What is going to be the move here? Now, Gazlo's going in. Now, keep in mind, Gazlo cannot engage on the enemy. So Symbiote Gaming is just going to pull out right now. They know they did the damage that they needed to do, and they got the advantage having all these jungle creeps in their favor.
So yeah, I don't know if that's the damage they needed to do, though. You know, if they would have taken fort, because they gave up their inner fort. I mean, they're still ahead, but I think their whole plan along was, okay, we're going to sacrifice this fort because we can do a big push top. And Clairvoyant responded quick enough. I mean, the wall is down, but losing your inner fort for just getting that wall, I don't know if that's worth it. I mean, I guess they got the Merc camp. But it's definitely a closer trade than it looks. I think that Clairvoyant didn't do so bad on that. If we look at the levels, almost level 15 for SMG, or 16. When you get that level 16 talent, we've talked about, that's a big game breaker. Oh, Suki, no! Getting caught off guard. Gets the combo down on 3 people, doing a decent amount of damage, but Matthew immediately heals them up.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's you need to have your entire team there to really take advantage of those wombo combos. And interesting to note is that Suki did not go for the extra TNT, in which if you get more people in your TNT, it does significantly more damage. Now, this is one of those situations where Clairvoyant Gaming is going to be in a very good advantage. They just need to get level 16 so that Haku can get that graduating range. However, engaging on a Sergeant Hammer that's already ready, has the hover mode, and pretty much is right next to a keep, is going to be very difficult for them, even if they are a person down. Symbiote Gaming knows this and is going to back up.
They're going to keep rotating around the map. Let's look around to see if there's any camps about to come up. There are a few here and there that are about to pop. What's the tribute count right now? You have to swap to a player's. Yeah, you got to swap to a player's vision. It is currently 1-0 in favor of SMG.
Oh, okay. Huh. Oh, interesting, you know. Oh, yeah, I haven't actually really played around too much with figuring out the map.
Calvin taught me that like 2 games ago, so.
Nice. So yeah, looks like Clairvoyant is staying very much so together. They're hoping for the engage upon, as I keep saying. They're hoping that they're going to be forced in a situation where it's going to be a 5v5, and Symbiote is going to engage upon them. Now, this is actually a really good place for Symbiote to actually engage, and there it is. There's the leap that's going to catch 3 people at once. Haku trying to stay alive. The Divine Shield is on Haku, but unfortunately, she is going to go down, and Suki goes down as well, and there's the wipe. Symbiote Gaming claims another team fight in victory, and it only would have worked just so much better for Clairvoyant if they were level 16, but they're still level 15, so I'm thinking that Symbiote Gaming pretty much was saying to themselves, we need to engage now. They did an excellent job of doing just that, waiting right before that graduating range is going to hit it, right before pretty much a lot of the level 16 talents is going to come in for Clairvoyant.
I only have one thing to say after that. Bloodlust is so gross. Oh my gosh. That heroic. Oh man. They pop Bloodlust and everything just disappears. It's Rhaegar, man.
Rhaegar is an incredibly, which is really funny because I remember on Town Hall we were kind of thinking, you know, maybe Rhaegar's not the best pick, but we've been seeing lately that meta shift where Bloodlust is just completely too good to pass up if you have a Tychus or a Tastadar.
It's something over the history of this game we've noticed a lot. The meta just all takes to someone to realize, oh, this with this makes something good. Meta's changing.
And it looks like Symbiote Gaming using their mobility again to their advantage. Does grab the top Siege Giants. Now going to be pushing down on the keep at the top lane with the Curse. And meanwhile, at the bottom lane, there is a Grave Golem. They're trying desperately to defend this keep. Is Clairvoyant Gaming going to be able to do that? I'm not sure. Arthlon being really ballsy, going to go run on and start taking out the core as soon as they possibly can. Now here comes the engagement that really Clairvoyant needs to win because otherwise their core is just going to go down. They are going to be in a really good advantage at this point. They do have level 16 graduating range. Is not picked yet for Sergeant Hammer. They just barely turned 16. Now there is a nice wombo combo, but is it going to be enough? Soldier staying alive. Does have too much coming out here from Maelstrom. Tychus yet again in the Odin, soaking up so much damage. Arthlon barely getting out, and is he going to be able to take out Haku? He does, and stays alive. Arthlon gets out of the core damage, and the core goes down. Symbiote Gaming takes the game.